Is the rapture real? Will there come a day when believers are suddenly taken up into the clouds while others remain on earth? This is a question that has intrigued and divided Christians for centuries. In this video, we'll explore what the Bible says about the rapture and whether believers will truly be caught up to meet Jesus in the air. The idea of the rapture comes primarily from two key passages in the New Testament. The first is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 16-17, where Paul writes, "In this passage, Paul describes believers being caught up to meet Jesus in the air at his return. This is often interpreted as the moment when faithful Christians will be taken up to heaven while those left behind face tribulation on earth." The concept of the rapture as it's commonly understood today didn't fully emerge until the 19th century, with theologian John Nelson Darby. He popularized the idea of a pre-tribulation rapture, the belief that Christians would be taken up to heaven before a period of intense suffering known as the tribulation. Since then, this interpretation has been embraced by many Christian denominations, while others hold different views on how and when the rapture will happen, or if it will happen at all. While 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and other verses like 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 52 speak about the return of Christ and believers being transformed, the Bible is not entirely clear on the specifics of a rapture event where Christians are removed from earth before a time of tribulation. Some Christians believe that these verses refer to the final resurrection at Christ's second coming, rather than a separate rapture event before a tribulation. This interpretation views the return of Jesus as a single event where believers will be gathered with him. There are several different views on the rapture within Christian theology. Pre-tribulation rapture, believers are taken up before the 7-year tribulation. Mid-tribulation rapture, believers are taken up halfway through the tribulation. Post-tribulation rapture, believers endure the tribulation and are taken up at Christ's second coming. Each view interprets the Bible's prophetic texts differently, leading to various understandings of how the end times will unfold. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus gives a detailed account of the events leading up to his return. He warns of false prophets, wars, and natural disasters, but also says, some interpret this as a reference to the rapture, but others believe it describes the final separation of the righteous from the wicked at the time of judgment. So, what does this mean for us today? Whether or not you believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, the message of the Bible is clear. We are called to be prepared for Christ's return. In Matthew chapter 24 verse 42, Jesus says, "Therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come." Rather than focus on the timing of the rapture, we are encouraged to live each day with faith, hope, and readiness, trusting in God's plan for the future. So, is the rapture real? While there are different interpretations, the Bible's message remains the same. Jesus will return, and we must be spiritually prepared. What do you think? Will there be a rapture, or will Christ's return happen all at once? Let us know, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more discussions on biblical prophecy.